What's up guys, Syiler here, and I am back with another mount guide, this time showing you how to get the Riddler's Mindworm mount. Now this was a secret mount, but thanks to the people over on the Secret Finding Discord, they put the pieces together and figured out how to get the mount. And in this video I'll cover that information so you can get the mount for yourself. Now it is a 110 mount, meaning you need to be 110 to learn it, and it is a kind of cool looking eel that can fly and be a ground mount. And you can get this mount at a lower level, but you will need to 110 to learn the mount, and you will need to be able to solo things like Siege of Orgrimmar, so being 110 is recommended. And to get the mount, you need to click books throughout the world. Each book will give you a clue to get to the next, but the clues are a little bit cryptic, although Blizzard has put out a post explaining each of the clues in more detail. So the first book we're going to go to is inside Legerdemain Lounge in Dalaran, in the new Dalaran, the Legion Dalaran. So we're going to go to there, and there's a bookshelf at the back of the lounge that we're going to run to, and on the second shelf we're going to find a book that you can click, and that is going to give us our first book and our first hint. As I said, the hints are very, very cryptic, so I wouldn't try and figure them out too much yourself, but you could if you want to. So the next one we're going to go to is in Duskwood. I would recommend taking the portal in the Chamber of the Guardian to Karazhan. That's going to save you some time, especially as Horde. It's going to be a quicker way of getting there. You can just fly from Dalaran straight to Duskwood. It's like a very short flight. So once we do get to Duskwood, we're going to head to the Twilight Grove. And just to the right of the portal at Twilight Grove, you're going to find a little moonwell. And on the bench in front of the moonwell is where the second book is going to be. So right in Duskwood, right to the right of the Twilight Grove portal, there'll be a little bench. And then on that bench, we're going to find our second book. So that is book number 2 out of the way. And for book number 3, we're going to have to head to the Firelands. You're going to have to clear all of the Firelands, but we'll run through it in case you are new to the Firelands. It doesn't matter what difficulty you're doing that on. You can do it on 10, 25 man, normal or heroic. And if you don't know where the Firelands is, then head to Mount Hyjal. You can take the portal from Stormwind or Orgrimmar. And then down to the south of Mount Hyjal, you'll find the kind of flame area, and you'll find Sulfurian Spire. So head inside here. As I said, 10 man, 25 man, it doesn't make any difference. Just for the sake of speed, we are going to do it on 10 man normal. But if you want more loot or whatever, then doing it on 25 man could be more beneficial. So we're going to run through and we're going to clear the trash in our way, because killing the trash in here will activate the boss called Shanox. He basically, the more trash you kill, the closer he'll get to spawn. Basically, as you can see right there, he has kind of an alert saying that you can hear a horn in the distance, and the more trash you kill, eventually he'll spawn and you'll be able to kill him, and he is required to get to the last boss. So we're going to be clearing out the trash on the way to Beftalak. That's the first boss we're going to tackle, and we're just going to kill off all of this. You can skip this if you want. It is a little bit more annoying trash, but it doesn't really make too much difference. It's going to die fairly quickly. And then we're going to head to Beftalak's lair. So we're going to hit this. You can throw a dot on it or whatever, but if you don't have very high damage or you don't have something nice and instant, then kill one of these spinners using a ranged spell. A web will drop down, you can click that, that'll take you to the top platform, DPS down Beftalak, and then she'll die. She'll come down to the bottom again, and she'll be finished off. But you can kill her in one hit most of the time, and then she'll drop back down if you have like a big dot or something. And then we're going to continue to kill trash. I prefer going the right hand side way. You could go up along the top left, but there is a mob that has a pretty decent chance of just bugging out. It won't activate, it'll just be kind of immune, and that will stick you in combat and mean you can't mount up, which just makes this whole run a lot longer than it needs to be. So personally, I would recommend going along the right side just so you don't have to deal with it, but it's up to you. I mean, it's fairly avoidable now. It's just a little bit annoying if you do end up with the bug. So we've killed off that trash. We're going to head into the Shatterstone, and we're going to kill all of the trash in here, including the eggs, just so we don't get the respawns. And then once we've killed off all the trash, we're going to hit the guy at the back, Major Domo. And it doesn't matter how much damage you do to him, basically just hitting him will activate the next fight, which is Alis Razor. And if you're not familiar, you can get a mount from this, which is the Reigns. It's not Reigns of Alis Razor. I, for some reason, can't remember the name of it, but it's a little ground fire chicken mount, so make sure you do loot the boss to see if you do end up with that mount. And then we're going to head up here, and we're going to head to the Ridge of the Ancient Flames, and we're going to go through this gauntlet. You can kill the guy at the top if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just walk past him. And then we're going to start hitting Lord Ryalift. Now his left and right feet both kind of have a shared HP pool, so if you have cleave damage, that will help get him down a little bit quicker, and then eventually his main body will be damageable and that will kill him. And if you do this quick enough, I was a little bit too slow, Shanox will have just kind of be pathing round as you're there. But I was a little slow, so we've just missed him, so we're going to have to chase after him. And it's these packs on the left and right where the kind of summoner, like channeling into the flame elemental. That's the flame elemental is the mob that I said could bug out. I don't really know what causes it, but sometimes it just doesn't activate when you've killed the mobs that are channeling into it, and then it'll just be in combat forever. So I would recommend avoiding those packs if possible. Then once he's dead, we can head to Balrog. Nothing special here, just DPS him down. Going back to Shanox, actually, the boss we killed a moment ago, if you are lower level or whatever, I would recommend putting a dart or putting some damage down or killing Rageface, one of his dogs, as if you're kind of slow on killing him, the Rageface will jump onto you and do damage over time and stun you. But you need some kind of like dart or damage done to it while you stun to break the stun, so it's just easier to do that. We're going to click the bridge, activate the bridge, walk across the bridge, and then we're going to kill the Druids of Flame. The kitties jump and stun you in themselves. I hate those mobs so much. So just kind of try and get out of the way of the stun, otherwise it's a little bit annoying. And then we're going to kill Major Domo. Nothing too special there. He'll always be in cat form because there's only one player in the raid, but just DPS him down, nothing too crazy. And then we're going to kill everything along our way to Ragnaros. We don't need to kill Ragnaros, but I would recommend it if you want the Pureblood Firehawk mount, or at least a chance at it. And right at the back left, in front of this kind of flame pillar, we'll find the next book. So that is the third book, I believe that is. Yeah, that's book 3 out of the way. And next we're going to go for book 4, which is in Uldum, just to the left-hand side of the Lost City of the Tol'vir. Now, we don't need to go inside the Lost City of the Tol'vir dungeon, but instead we're going to fly all the way to the left-hand side of it, right near towards the ocean. I'm doing the flying now so you can see exactly where it is and where you should be looking to go. But all the way over here, you're going to find some trees just kind of looking out into the ocean. And just in front of those two little trees right there, you're going to see the book sat in between them. And then we're going to click that, and that will be book number 4. So with book number 4 out of the way, the next one is going to be a little bit of a long one. This is going to come from Siege of Orgrimmar. So you're going to want to head to Mr. Pandaria, to the Vale of Eternal Blossom, and then you're going to head into the kind of secret entrance underneath Mogisham Palace. Now we can do this on 10-man, 25-man, or Mythic if you want to, but I would recommend doing it on 10-man just to speed things up a little bit. We don't have to do a full run, so you don't need to go to Garrosh. We're only going to be going to the 4th boss. So it's not going to be too long, but the first boss is quite a pain in the butt. It's going to take you quite a bit of time. So once we're inside, we're doing this on 10-man once again, just for the sake of speed. But you could do this on Mythic difficulty and go all the way to the end for a chance at the Corcoran Juggernaut mount. But we're not dealing with that today, so we're just going to do the normal quick run. We can kill the trash along the way if you want to. There's no particular reason to kill it, so if you can skip it, then you might as well. It'll just save a little bit of time. And then we're going to start the Immersius fight. So what'll happen here is you'll DPS him down, he'll split up into like blobs, and the blue blobs can be healed, the black blobs can be killed. Every time you heal or kill a blob, it will do permanent like health to the boss. So if we kill, say, 20 of them, then his health will be down to 80%. And you need to rinse and repeat that over and over and over again until eventually his health pool will drop to 25%. When it hits 25%, he'll be done, he'll be dead. So I would recommend taking mobility for this, any range talents, anything that's going to help you kill it faster. It is going to be very, very beneficial, so it's going to save you a lot of time. And if you can heal things as well, then, you know, throw down you see me using like chi burst and things like that. So definitely worth using just to get as many blobs healed or killed in one phase as possible. We're going to head over to the button. You're going to see an extra action button to hit the button, and then the door will open, leading us to the next boss. So these three have, they don't have shared HP, but they need to die at roughly the same time. And every 33%, they'll do like a weird split phase, and you'll need to deal with the adds that they spawn. Kill the adds, and then they'll return to their own bodies again. And then once they get low, once they get past 33%, you want to kind of DPS them down at the same time and make sure they do die at the same time. Because if they don't, they'll start doing a cast and they'll revive again. Once that boss is dead, we're going to head down to the next boss, which is Nourishin. And you're going to head in here, and eventually you'll be able to talk to him. And this will be a little bit of a long fight as well, as it is intended that you clear your corruption, which you cannot do as a solo player. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but there's nothing really too threatening on the fight, at least. We just need to basically kill the boss that he spawns. So eventually he's going to be talkable, talk-toable, speakable, I don't know. Be able to click on him and speak to him. And then he'll have an option to start the encounter. There we go. And then there'll be a bit more kind of RP talking, but he'll teleport to the back of the room. He'll summon a corruption amalgamation, I think it's called. Something along those lines. And you just... Oh, amalgamation of corruption. Got it wrong around. And you just want to DPS this thing down. It'll do kind of a beam that'll go around the room, and you just kind of walk away from it. Don't get hit by it. It'll do some damage. There'll also be some golden orbs in the room. Don't click those, as they'll take you into like another room, and you won't be able to kill the boss because it'll despawn because you're not there anymore. And then we're going to head to the back left of the next room, and right at the back left there's going to be the book. So as you can see in the little kind of box corner, that's going to be book number 5. So for book number 6 we need to do the Well of Eternity, so we're going to head to the Caverns of Time, and you can go to the Chamber of the Guardians again and take the portal to the Caverns of Time if you want. And we're going to fly all the way down, and eventually we're going to hit kind of a few different raid and dungeon options, and we want to be doing the Well of Eternity, which is essentially in a straight line from when you're done with that kind of winding path. So all the way over here you'll see some nice trees, and you're going to see some like elven ruins, and then we're going to get the portal for Caverns of Time. So we're going to head inside there, and you're going to kill the trash. You're going to speak to Illidan once the trash is dead. Might take some time for the RP to be done. So we're going to kill this guy. We're going to speak to Illidan, which he'll be in the back left, and he'll give you kind of like a stealth. It is important that you do get this, as the big guys will one-shot you. The guys that are flying, they'll just kill you instantly, even as 110. So yeah, make sure you are following Illidan and doing it properly, because they don't mess around. Kill the 3 mobs in front of these statues, wait for Illidan to come over, click the crystal, and then move around the edge of the room to the next side. Once over here, we can click the crystal again once we've killed the 3 mobs. And then once the crystal's been clicked, just kind of wait for Illidan to do his RP and wait for the mobs to despawn or stop spawning, I guess. Once that's done, we can move around them, and we can head to the next crystal. So you're going to kill the guy guarding the crystal, you're going to kill the 3 mobs in front of it, and then once again we're going to wait for Illidan to run over, and then we can click the final one. Once that's done, head back to the room we were just in. And then once here, another boss will spawn, or at least I guess the first boss. He'll eventually spawn once of all of the mobs have kind of gone. Eventually. Takes a little bit of time. So once all of them have gone, he'll come down in the center of the room, kill him, and then we can move on up. Nothing too special here, just literally kill the trash along the way. I think you can even skip the trash if you want to. I think me killing it is a little bit of a waste of time, but it doesn't make too much difference. I don't think there's any particular need to kill it though. But I mean, you pass in by anyway, and they take 1 hit to kill. So once up here, you're going to hit Lady Ajara. You're going to get invited to a guild apparently. And then these 6 mobs in front of Lady Ajara will start to be kind of summoned. Now, I'm not too sure if she does a mind control, and I'm not too sure if the mind control happens if you have like a pet out or something, but it didn't seem to happen to me doing it solo, so just try and kill the 6 mobs as quickly as possible. And also, if you don't have a pet, it might be worth just desummoning it for the time being, just in case she does do the mind control, as it's annoying and you don't really want to have to deal with that. But no mind control this time, so we're good. So we'll wait here, some drakes will spawn, and then we'll be able to click on one of the bronze drakes. And then we get to hear Deathwing. I really like this kind of interaction. Deathwing, they're all talking about like, Deathwing, what have you done? Don't do this. And Deathwing's just like, it is mine. and he just doesn't really care about what they're saying. It's great. Just take the time to listen to him. He sounds like, "It is mine," and then he just says it again. It's great. Eventually the RP will be done. I think there's actually a way to skip this. I think if you've done this dungeon before, you can talk to the Bronze Drake and say, "I've seen this before," or something along those lines. But I don't think I can actually skip it. So we're going to walk forward, and then we're right at the final book that we need from this place. Not the final book for the thing, but we're nearly at the book. So right at the bottom of these stairs, right there, as you can see in the kind of bottom left corner, bottom right corner, we will get book number 6. So with book number 6 out of the way, we're going to be heading back to Pandaria, and we're going to be heading to Kunlai Summit. All the way in the north of Kunlai Summit, you'll find Shadowpan Monastery, and on the left, kind of Zuen statue, tiger statue, whatever you want to call it, in between its feet, we'll find the next book. That's going to be book number 7. So once again, all the way north of Kunlai Summit, we'll find Shadowpan Monastery, and then just in front of the statues, we'll find the next book that we need. And then for book number 8, we're going to be heading back to Uldum again. And we're going to be heading to the Halls of Origination, which is a dungeon that a lot of people forget about that's actually in Uldum. But we're going to be heading to Uldum, and then in front of this statue here, so basically at the end of the path in front of Halls of Origination, you're going to find the big statue. And then just in front of his left foot, we're going to find book number 8. And that is the last book we actually need. And we've unlocked all the books. As long as you've been able to click the book and see them, and they've all been active, it means you've done it correctly. Otherwise, the book just wouldn't be there. If you've done it wrong at any point, the book just wouldn't be there. And if that is the case, then retrack your steps, do all the other books again, and make sure there wasn't one that you've missed. So with that out of the way, we're going to be heading to Westfall, and all the way to the kind of the northwest-ish of Westfall. We're going to find a little upturned boat, and there will be a purple chest. It's very obvious, you'll see it from quite a bit away, and that will give us the mount. So hopefully this guide has helped you out. I tried to put a bit more detail into it. Look out for more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya!